Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's part urban fantasy, part mystery, and a whole lot of epic destiny. So grab your popcorn, and let's get into it. The city was finally quiet after the big battle, but for Jade, it was a silence that screamed danger. The tunnels were sealed, her fellow wardens were gone, and the hunters had vanished back into the shadows. But something else was stirring. Every night, the fox spirit inside her pulls stronger, its whispers echoing in dreams she couldn't decipher. She'd see terrifying flashes, fire, ancient trees burning, and a woman with striking golden eyes fleeing through a forest, hunted by shadows. And through it all, a single voice called her name, urgent and desperate. Find me before the eclipse. One evening, deep in the dusty archives of an abandoned library, Jade stumbled upon something that stopped her heart. It was an old newspaper clipping from 1999. The black and white photo showed a woman who could have been her twin. The headline was chilling: "Local biologist vanishes in Foxfire Woods," and the name underneath made her blood run cold. Dr. Alana Reeves missing. It was her mother. Hours passed. Kieran, her trusted ally, found her still staring at the yellowed paper, the world spinning around her. "You knew," she accused, her voice trembling with betrayal. "Didn't you?" He couldn't meet her eyes. "I knew there was a connection," he admitted, "but I never imagined it was this deep." The truth was far more staggering than a simple connection. Kieran explained the legend. The fox spirit wasn't just some random guardian. It was a bonded protector, choosing a single bloodline each century to carry its powerful essence. It wasn't a coincidence. It was an inheritance. The spirit had been passed down through her family for generations. And her mother, her disappearance wasn't just a tragic accident. It was part of this ancient war. Driven by a desperate need for answers, Jade and Kieran journeyed to the place where it all began, the ruins of Foxfire Woods. This was the sacred ground where the warden's power first awakened. The moment they stepped into the woods, the air crackled with untamed energy. The ancient trees seemed to whisper secrets. Shadows danced at the edge of their vision, and eerie foxfire lights glowed like ghostly lanterns between the branches. As they reached a clearing at the heart of the forest, the warden's mark on Jade's wrist began to burn with an intense heat. Suddenly, the very air in front of them seemed to split open, revealing a shimmering vision. It was her mother, Alana, standing in a field of ethereal light. In her hands, she held the real foxtail, the true source of the spirit's power. "My little spark," she said, her smile filled with love and sorrow. "The spirit chose you now. I stayed behind to keep it safe, to keep you safe." Tears streamed down Jade's face. "I can bring you back," she pleaded, stepping toward the vision. "I can fix this." But her mother gently shook her head. "No, my time is done. The hunters will rise again at the eclipse, and only you have the power to stop them." Her voice became a grave warning. "But beware, the fox spirit isn't only power. It's a primal hunger. You must control it, or it will consume you." And just like that, the vision shattered into a million pieces of light, leaving only a profound silence. Floating in the air where her mother had stood was the foxtail, its fur gleaming with hues of gold and fiery red. As Jade reached out and her fingers brushed against it, a tidal wave of memories crashed into her mind. She experienced every life the spirit had lived, every guardian it had chosen, every love and every loss across the centuries. The sheer force of it all sent her collapsing to the ground, trembling. But when she rose to her feet, something had fundamentally changed. Her eyes no longer looked human. They burned with the intensity of sunlight. The fox spirit was no longer a separate voice whispering in her head. It was now one with her, fused to her very soul. Kieran watched her, his face a mixture of awe and fear. "You're not just its host anymore," he said softly, his voice barely a whisper. "You're its heir." Jade's gaze turned toward the horizon. In the distance, the edge of the moon was beginning to darken. The eclipse had begun, and deep beneath the city, in the darkest shadows, a familiar voice echoed with triumphant malice. It was Lies, the hunter's leader. "Let's finish what they started." And that's where we'll leave it for today. What an intense cliffhanger. Jade has finally accepted her true power, but the greatest battle is just beginning. What do you think will happen next? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next part. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.